Hello students, welcome to this video. I've got two questions under factorization, and these questions are coming from algebra. It's an important component of mathematics which I expect you to know and find no challenges. As I work out these two questions, be reminded that online classes are very much available for grade 10, 11 and 12 as well as what GCE. These classes are quite affordable and all videos are recorded just like this one. Factorize completely x squared y plus 2x squared minus 9y minus 18. B says 2x squared plus x minus what? 6. So, as we factorize, what are some of the things that we need to take into consideration? Okay? Some of the things that you just have to take into consideration. The first thing is that look what is common. Alright? Look at what is common between or among terms. Alright, then once you spot what is common, then remove that what is common, then you divide what is common into those terms. So there is removing the common, also dividing the common into the terms. That's how we factorize. So now there is the normal common factor factorization, and then we have the quadratic factorization where you have to find the factors like the sum and the product. So in our first example, okay, in our first question, to factorize x squared y plus 2x squared minus 9y minus 18, we can see that this part of the quotient, okay, has got something in common. Even this part of the question has got something in common. What common thing can we see here? I can see x squared. I can also see x squared. That means we can take out x squared. Is it making sense, ladies and gentlemen? So we can say we take out x squared. Now we divide this x squared into this term here, we remain what? Y. Plus, we divide x squared into this term here, remain what? 2. Let's come here. What is common? The negative is common because negatives there are negatives there, so we take out the negative. What else is common? 9 can go into 9. 9 can go into 19, so we take it out. Then we open the brackets. What is negative 9 into negative 9y? Negative and negative, when you divide, you give you positive. So just made what? Y. Negative into negative, it's positive. 9 into 18, you get what? 2. And you can clearly see that what you are getting here is the same as what you're getting in these brackets. That means you are in the right direction. So now what do you do when you reach this point? Other students, they just leave it here. But you don't have to do that. Because you've got y plus 2 and y plus 2 here, and this is common, we also have to take it out. And what do you mean by taking it out? We're just going to write one of a kind. So we're going to group what is outside each bracket. So we group, we get x squared minus 9. Alright, then we also just get one of these because it's the same, so we can just take it out like that. Now, someone would end here, but someone who knows what they're doing would not end here because this part here can still be what? Further factorized. Have you seen this x squared? It's a square, right? 9 is also a square of 3. That means we can factorize this using the difference of two squares because there's a negative sign between the squares. Okay? Now, since we are having squares, so find the square root of x squared. So this will just be what? X minus, what is the square root of 9? It's 3. Because the difference of two squares allows you to factorize in two parts, one having the negative and the other one having a positive, we are going to repeat the same terms that are here, but we're just going to substitute a negative with a what? A plus. Then y plus 2. Like that, you are good to go. So personally, I would give you a mark here, all right? And if it was 2 marks, I would just give you another one here. But for just reaching this stage, I'll just give you a 1 mark. But if you go further and do what I've done here, I'll give you another mark. That will give you 2 marks. Part 2, it says factorize this one here. So let's see how we can do that. So B, we are factorizing 2x squared plus x minus what? 6. Now, this one is a quadratic type of what? Factorization. That means we need to find the factors such as the sum and the product. So, let us find the product. Let us find this. Let me start with the sum. So most of you start with the sum, then you go to the product, then you go to the factors. And I'm going to explain this once for all. The sum is a coefficient of the middle term. What is the coefficient of x? It's just 1. The coefficient is a number in front of a variable. Just 1. The product. When you hear the word product, it means you are multiplying 2 or more things, right? Yes, but what exactly are we multiplying? In the standard equation of a quadratic function, like this is how this one is, right? We always multiply a and c. So the product is just a multiplied by c. So in this case, our a is 2, our c is negative 6, which will give us negative what? 12. So the product is negative 12. Is it making sense? Now, where do you get the factors? So by the sum and the product, we mean that we are looking for two numbers. Those two numbers, when you add them, you get a 1. Those two numbers, the same two numbers, when you multiply them, you still get negative 12. But where do you get them from? You get those numbers from the product. How? Ask yourself, what numbers can you go into negative 12? You discover that positive 1 and negative 1 can go into negative 12. Positive 2 and negative 2 can go there. Positive 3 and negative 3 can go there. Positive 4 and 4 can go there. Positive 6 and negative 6 can go there. Even positive 12 and negative 12 can enter there. So now you know that these are the numbers that can go into here. So now you start trying. But what you need to know is that because the product is a negative, so one of the numbers must be a negative number. Okay? Or that one we are settled. So one of the numbers must be negative. Now, among the two numbers, which one must be the negative one? Is it the smaller one or the bigger one? The one which should be negative is the smaller one. Why? Because the sum is positive. Alright? For example, if I have got 3 minus 2, this one will give me 1 because the sum is positive. So the smaller one should be what? Negative. Now, we are going to start trying. So, from here you can actually see that two numbers which I can multiply to give me 12, well, it's only, mostly, it's 4, 3, which can give you a 1 when you add them. Isn't it? So, and we said the smaller one should be negative. So 4 should be positive, then negative 3 should be like that. This when you add them, you get a 1. This one you multiply, you get a negative 4. Those numbers, they are still here. There's positive 4 and negative 3. So now let's go. These factors, you are going to write the sum in terms of these factors. So this sum here, all right, will be written in terms of these factors. That's what we're trying to say. So let's go. So we get 2x squared. Then we are going to say plus 4, but add x there. Then we say minus 3, we add x there. Minus what? 6. When you see here, 4x minus 3x, you still get x, right? Exactly. Now let's take out what is common here. 2 is common, even x is common. What is 2x into 2x squared? It's just x. 2 into 4 is 2. X and x, they cancel. What is common here? Negative is common. 3 is also common. So negative 3 into negative 3, you get just x there. Negative 3 into negative 6, you get positive what? 2. It means what you are doing is something correct. You can say what is here and there is the same. Now, group what is out. So get that one and get that one. So we say 2x minus what? 3. Then just get one of these. X plus what? 2. You've seen, eh? Yeah, it's done. We are not solving an equation. We are just factorizing. And ladies and gentlemen, you are good to go. So thank you so much for following me in this video, and I hope that these two questions, they made a difference in your mathematics journey. If you want to know more, you can join me for my online classes at a very affordable price. It's been nice having you. It's PVS the Tutor. I'll see you in another video.